So Mastodon has been coming up more and more. Mastodon, as I understand it, is an open source social media platform that is going to be the Twitter killer, or I guess be there to catch Twitter as they commit suicide. I've heard about Mastodon before. I've tried to check it out. Doesn't seem super engaging to me. I think my sense is that the Facebook algorithm is just so much more engaging. We'll have to see. But Peter and John are fans, and they are going to tell me, I imagine, why I'm wrong. So let's get to it on today's Not So Critical Update. Pitter patter, boys.
No, you may be surprised.
You're going to be real surprised today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I imagine me.
I summed it. I nailed it. I summed it up correctly.
No. Terrible explanation.
Surprised because you got it right. You mean
so?
Yeah.
Is it not an open source social media platform?
Oh no, it is.
Oh, okay, I got at least that much right.
Open source media platform. So meaning, imagine it's more like a little bit more like Reddit. So you have your subreddits, and you
Peter's
have
not
topics,
sure about that.
but it's in a Twitter format. Now, let's talk about something a little bit more, I guess, abstract, which is my wife.
You're gonna say I thought you were gonna say federation. Your wife.
No,
is abstract?
the technology is so cool. Mastodon is ahead of its time. Here's the problem. My wife, humongous Twitter user. Loves
You've done that twice. Let's talk about something a little bit more abstract. My wife. Here's the problem. My wife.
I'm trying to get to it.
Please just cut it off there and that end the episode.
All right.
That's it.
So,
sorry.
She loves Twitter and is not a fan of the current landscape of what's happening. So, she's been hearing about this Mastodon. What is Mastodon? And I start explaining to her, listen, it's yes, it is very similar to Twitter, but it's way too hard for your average user to just go and sign up. And she's like, I don't know. She downloads Mastodon. First block. She's like, wait, I don't get it. I sign up for cert. How does this work? I don't understand. So the way Mastodon works is you make a Mastodon account tied to a server, to an instance. That instance can be a general topic. It could be about gaming or a specific video game or a sport or a team of a sport, whatever, because anyone can make an instance. Anyone can make a server. So I explained that, and she's like, okay, but it says that it's full. I can't join the one I want to join. There's only a wait list. So there is a wait list because they can't support, because it's self-hosted, right? And then she finds one, she makes an account. She's like, well, how do I go to the other ones that I want to see? How do I join the other instances? You have to link your original account to those ones so you can traverse across. And I lost her, of course.
This was very much like my experience. I got in and felt like I have to know what I'm looking for to find something interesting. How
and
does
then
this
when
help
you
me?
do find something interesting, you can't even join it because everyone that found it interesting already took up all the available slots. So Mastodon is not the Twitter killer.
So based on that description, how is it different than Discord?
Okay. Can I explain some basics about how Mastodon works?
Sorry, Peter. John and I are talking.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is for you, Dad, if you're listening. Right. So there's Twitter, which is one service, one company. You go there, you use Twitter. It's a single platform. Mastodon looks and feels a little bit like Twitter, but it's really just surface level. On the back end, it works by there's lots of different instances, Mastodon instances, and you can join one of those. It's a decentralized service, and that you have the instances are federated. So they create a federation, which is basically they're all connected together. But it does mean that you have to pick one to join. And each one has different rules and different topics and different it's hosted by different people, different owners. Sorry, Mike?
I was just going to say, I don't know why you feel the need to explain this to your father, because it just so happens I'm on your father's Mastodon server that is dedicated to the topic of federated social media platforms. So I think you're
okay. All right.
I think you're really selling him short here.
Sorry, yeah, sorry, Dad. Sorry, both my dads. This is, yeah, okay. Well, now that you know how it works, as you already did, I know. The problem of multiple instances comes with this ownership problem. So each one can have different resources. As John said, they can run out of space because it's run by usually just somebody who's not a non-profit. They don't have tons of money to throw at. Each server needs to be paid for, right? And it uses up bandwidth and the server itself. You also have different rules, content moderation rules. So the people that own the servers are the ones that do the content moderation. And it means that on some places, some stuff won't be acceptable as it would be in others. But because they're all federated, they're all sort of accessible. So you have some servers which are banning other servers. There's ones which there's a list maintained of instances which are considered bad. There's and they all have different names as well. So there's chaos.social, mastodon.social, infosec.exchange. And it's confusing because there's nobody controls the overall thing, the overall system or platform, which means that all the rules kind of like have these bit rough edges. And it's a genuine case where, much as I hate to say it, having a single company or entity which is making money out of the platform actually turns out to be a good thing at the end of the day, because you have a unified.
I think you're trying to say
product strategy.
You're trying to say thank you, Facebook.
Thanks,
so
Elon.
Mike, you asked what's the difference between Mastodon and Discord. A few things are different. Mastodon is a tool. Mastodon is almost a framework, but it relies on frameworks, but it's a way for you to create your own social media. If you remember a long, long time ago, Donald Trump created Truth Social. Truth Social is based off of Mastodon.
Mm-hmm.
So
would you say that it's a Mastodon federated server, or it's just a branch of the Mastodon project?
It's just using the code.
I believe so you can have figured it out.
Well, you just have a single server that isn't connected to any other ones, and a single instance, and they called it Parler or True Social or whatever.
Yeah,
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Discord is similar in that it's federated. It's not really federated, okay, because it's not using the same technology, but it is similar in federation because you can join multiple servers, all with different topics and all owned by individuals or corporations. That's not entirely true, though, because Discord owns all the Discord servers. Mastodon does not own any besides mastodon.social.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
And
so
the servers, the infrastructure is operated by Discord as well.
Exactly.
I'm probably glad that we talked about. Actually, I'm not glad that we talked about this, because nothing has made me want to go back to Facebook more than this conversation of Mastodon.
So something cool that's on the horizon is Jack Dorsey, Twitter's creator, is working on something called Blue Sky, I believe is the name.
Wait, what?
And Blue Sky is a new way to make social medias. Now it's going to be, if I understood the sales pitch correctly, he's making a better Mastodon, basically.
Okay. All right. I might.
We will see.
Huh. Okay. Well, I guess actually, so there was another really interesting article from Tech Dirt that I read this week, which was a kind of slightly satirical. Hey, Elon, let's fast track your path through owning a social media network, and it went through all the different stages of like, hey, I'm gonna make Twitter the free speech bastion of the internet, and then it was like, okay, problem one, there's I don't know, content moderation issues. Well, it's all kind of down to content moderation issues, but for example, copyright material on the internet. Okay, we're going to be the free speech bastion of the internet, except for we're going to remove copyright material. Second thing, child abuse material. Okay, we're going to be the free speech copyright bastion. No, free speech bastion of the internet, except for we're going to combat child abuse and we're going to remove copyright material. Problem 3, blah, blah. And it basically goes through all these different steps of the things that happen as the stages that every social media network goes through of having to deal with all the different problematic types of content. And you end up at the same position. Everybody does. And everybody learns these same lessons. So if anybody is in a position to actually come up with a decent solution, it would be Jack Dorsey, because he's had to do this at length with Twitter. So I'm very curious to see how that works out.
Yeah, he's working on a protocol for a social media. Beta users reported, like, I guess, good things. I don't know. We'll have to see. If anyone can make a better Twitter, it will be Twitter's creator.
Jack Dorsey. Yeah. I saw the same article, I think, Peter.
Yeah.
And I guess my takeaway was that the content moderation policies maybe aren't the biggest problem. I think the real issue is the algorithms that connect all these, like make the suggestion engines and all that recommended content stuff.
Okay.
I think that's where social media really goes off the rails.
Well, I have never, I mean, when Twitter introduced that with the home timeline, I turned it off immediately. They used to have this annoying thing of turning it on for you, forcibly, and then I would turn it off again. They stopped doing that after a while. But since then, I haven't ever seen Twitter in anything except chronological. I don't use Facebook, so I don't know what it's like. But the whole, that sounds horrible.
Well, I mean, that's what TikTok says. TikTok's success is 100% due to its recommendation algorithm, not its content moderation policies.
Don't use TikTok either.
I think, I think I maybe even talked about this on the show before. I've referenced this offline podcast series several times, but they had a guest talking about how the Facebook algorithm essentially created the MAGA because it recognized that the original anti-vaxxers, like Jenny McCarthy time period, and like all these different extremist groups had different behaviors and things in common. So it started putting them together. And then once they got together, they created this feedback loop, and the Facebook algorithm kept feeding that feedback loop and then recommending other groups get involved, and basically like created this group of online extremists because it created engagement. And that's what their recommendation algorithm was designed and optimized for.
Right.
And it's really kind of terrifying to hear broken down like that. Like, there's a lot of details to get into. I'll find a link for the episode. I have post links to this series all the time. Super, super interesting, though. They have some excellent guests.
And also they could sell more ads.
Right.
The destruction of democracy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
To sell ads.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Oh, I knew that was true.
Because we value capitalism above all else. As long as they can make money from it, nobody fucking cares. Have at it.
Okay, no.
We're gonna end on that. All right. I hope we see everyone tomorrow.
Great note. Have a great week, guys. Have a great weekend, whatever day it is.